On a Friday morning drive, 13th, by the way, if that bothers anybody. I'm really not concerned about it, but it's there for you to deal with today. Every day is a good day. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, not worry about the date. Unless you got bills to pay today, then every day is Friday the 13th. But we're glad that you're with us this morning, taking you right through till just about 11 o'clock. 1-855-955-4673 will be the number to call. You can visit us at hoperadiony.com. That's our website. Access our Facebook page. Get on board. Shoot us an email. Your thoughts, your comments, all that and more. We love to hear from you. So go to hoperadiony.com. All right, hanging out in studio with us this morning. We've got some guests hanging out here, and we're glad to have them with us. And we want to welcome the Smithtown Christian School varsity baseball team. We've got the coach. We've got a player. We've got the athletic trainer. All joining us, and so I want to welcome to the morning drive this morning with us, Coach Chris White. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, Rich. How are you doing today?
Hey, man, really glad to have you with us. You also have sitting next to you, to your right, is you've got one of your student players, Austin. He's a junior, Austin Scala, Sala, right? Austin
Yes.
Sala. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Man, we're glad to have you with us, and of course, you've got your athletic trainer, Rob Malaccio. Did I say that right?
That is correct.
Rob Malaccio. Nice Italian name there. There you go. So he's the athletic trainer. So we're glad to have you with us. And, of course, Smithtown Christian School, for people that don't know, is out of the Smithtown Gospel Tabernacle. So it's part of the school.
Right.
And you're the varsity coach, the varsity baseball coach.
Yes, sir.
So here's the great thing I love to hear. You're winners. Right?
There you go.
That's just the great
We
thing.
like to
You know,
think so.
it's nice to have you in here and not say, how's the season? Well, we were like 2-14 this year. So you guys are back-to-back champions
Yes.
going for your third.
Yes.
Man, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome opportunity. Just to go out there, represent, obviously Jesus Christ. We wear the crosses on the shirts, on the jerseys, on the hats. But to really go out there, disciple the young guys, not only to be good baseball players, but just to be men. Real life men in the world living for Jesus. And we love playing baseball. We've had favor with the Lord the past 2 years. Brought us a couple of championships, and we're ready to go this year.
Right. So, Austin, you were part of last year's championship?
Yes, last year and the year before.
And the year before. So you're the veteran already, and you're only a junior.
Yeah.
And you have a pretty impressive resume here. So I know you're the all-around player on the team. So, here's Austin's, check this out. 2012 JV MVP. 2014 New York State Class D champion. 2015 Suffolk County All-League sophomore year. 2015 New York State Class D champion, player of the game award, selected as team captain for the 2016 season. You're the captain this year.
Yes, one of three.
One of three, going for your third championship. Oh, I like this. He's part of the core. We got a core 5, core
He's
6.
a big deal.
It's a real deal. Real deal here. So also, let me ask you. So, how long have you been playing since a kid? You love baseball since a kid?
Yeah, I started T-ball when I was 4, and then played through just a regular league, and then through travel, and then I joined the team, JV in 7th grade, and then varsity in 9th grade.
So you're doing travel during those earlier years.
Yep.
Yeah, every parent loves that. All over the place. Now, your mom is listening, right?
Yeah, she's outside.
What's your mom's name?
Kenna.
Well, Kenna, good morning to you. Give a shout out to your mom. It's good to have her, right? She's listening, supporting you, driving you, everything. I've been there with my son. Drive everywhere, do all that stuff. Not for sports, but for everything else. So you've been doing this since a kid. Let me ask you, this is a very important question. Who's your favorite baseball team?
Team, the Yankees.
Oh,
there it is.
Praise the Lord. See, thank you, Jesus. There's a smart man in the room. That's what I wanted to hear. All right, the athletic trainer we're not going to talk to today because he's a Met fan. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so, Rob's a big Met fan or no?
Tiger fan.
Tiger fan.
Tiger
Rob,
fan.
what is
Hey.
with you?
Bills fan.
Oh, my goodness. Chris, what about you?
I'm a Yankee fan.
Oh,
There it
all right. See, no division in this house. We like that. So, guys have been Yankee. Well, you're playing like the Yankees. And so, tell us what's the season? First off, you're playing for the next championship in a couple of weeks, right?
Yep.
Where are you playing and who are you guys playing?
We are playing at the Dowling Complex on Saturday, June 4th. I believe it's at 11 o'clock. So if anyone's in the area, want to come out and support us, that would be great. We don't know who we're playing yet. They usually come out of the Hudson Valley area, and they start a little later than us. So we got to wait a couple weeks to see who we're going to play.
So what's it like playing in a Christian league, Austin? What is that like for you? I mean, is that all you've known?
No, through growing up playing the baseball and been around just normal people, and no one really knows the Lord. No one talks the way we do in school. It's a very different experience and humbling experience just to pray about the game and really just talking about God with each other.
Yeah, and so because people, this has always been a big contention for people in sports. That again, that may not be Christians per se. The big contention is like, well, what do you got? God's going to choose a team now. You get that whole thing, but. Talk to that. I mean, we understand what it is, but talk to that. When you're praying to God, what are we really looking for? When you pray before a game, you want to play great. Talk about that
Sure.
now, and how you teach that to and role model to your kids.
Absolutely. Every game day, right before we get onto the field, we dedicate everything to the Lord. We just pray for favor with Him and the umpires, if they wish. Works out a few times. The other times, we still give God the glory, even in the losses, because they're really the growing pains that have helped us to become a better team. Looking back, every program has its licks that they go through. And a couple of years ago, I remember I played for Bayport Blue Point, and we used to roll into Smithtown Christian and beat them 15-1, 20-1, and being the coach of Smithtown Christian now, I mean, what a testimony to not only my other coach, Craig Gorton, but just really a testimony to the school, to the players, and really to God's faithfulness, taking us where we were to now where we are going.
Oh, so maybe I'm misinformed. So you're not in the Christian league per se. You're a Christian team in the regular league, or is it a Christian league?
We are a Christian team in the regular league.
Oh, great. Okay, I'm sorry. My confusion.
No,
that's
okay.
That's even better.
Yeah,
That's really better.
Some people say, are you in the Catholic League? Are you with St. Anthony's? And we're like, no, we're the smallest D school on Long Island.
Wow.
We actually got entered into an 11-team league this year. We played Mattituck yesterday. We played Babylon. We're playing a lot of big schools. So it's good to go up there, give the testimony of us praying before the game, and really, there's not a bad thing to say about any of the kids on this team. They will give you the sportsmanship you deserve, and we really just try to shine the light with whatever we're doing on the field and whatever we're saying. Just giving God the glory at all times.
Hey, friends, we're talking with Smithtown Christian School varsity baseball coach Christopher White. We're also talking with student player Austin Sella, and also in with us is the athletic trainer, and it's Rob Malaccio. And Rob, tell us, how do you keep these guys fit? How do you keep them in shape? What's their training regimen kind of like?
Well, what I'd like to do also is I would like to just have Chris really approach the idea first off, where it came from about bringing me aboard to work with this fantastic school and group of kids.
One of the things, how do you, you're dealing with a whole group of kids. Tell me before, you mentioned off air, talk about some of the players that you have. You've got a squad of.
Sure, I got a core group of good seniors, really good seniors. They all won the championship last year. We actually had someone from Smithtown West, I believe, transfer into us. He plays shortstop now. He really filled in the missing puzzle piece from last year. We missed out on a great shortstop last year. But core group of guys really played baseball for a long time together. They're friends outside of school, and when you play with each other, when you're really close with each other, especially outside of school, you just learn to trust each other more on the baseball field. So they've known what it was like to lose. They know what it's like to win, and they really know what it's like to step up and lead a team to another championship.
Winning is always good, though.
Winning is always good.
Winning is always better, much better than anything else.
Yeah.
And so let me, Austin, what are you looking to do? I mean, you're a junior now.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans for the future? I mean, obviously baseball is your passion. Is that the direction you want to go, and do you want to do this for the rest of your life?
Well, I definitely want to play in college. Not sure where yet. I haven't put that much thought into it. Probably this year is going to be the major turning point for that. But as far as anything further than that, we'll see what God has for me.
Just take it as it comes?
Yeah.
Well, that's so great. So let me ask you a question. How long have you been walking with the Lord since you're a kid? You grew up in the faith? Your parents grew up in the faith? Is that how it worked for you?
Yeah, pretty much. Went through Sunday school and church all through growing up. And then coming to this school really helped me a lot. And just seeing God in a different way. And yeah, it's been good.
It's really been good.
It's been good the last 8 years.
That's great. So you're a manger kid, we call you. You grew up in the manger. You grew up with Jesus from the time, pretty much most of your life, which is awesome. But I love the fact that you guys are playing out in the regular leagues, playing in the school system, getting a chance to be around that. Because, people often think that just being a Christian, that you're in this insulated little world, but that's not really how it is for you, is it?
Right, no.
You're out there trying to be a light and be a witness.
Absolutely.
And so you guys, you're going on your third championship. So the school must be excited. So what was that like? The school so what do you guys have? A big rally at the school? And
Yeah, just the other day we had Anna Fenimore. She's sort of our marketing director at the school. She's wonderful. She put together a big day for us along with our dean Joel Moss and athletic director Pat Nieto. They really put together a fantastic day for us. It was almost like a pep rally, homecoming in the spring. We had Southampton come down for a game. Unfortunately, we didn't put up the numbers that we wanted to, but it was just an overall nice day. Food trucks. Everyone's really getting excited about the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see why. Back to back to back. That's what you want to have. So, favorite player, Austin, who is it?
Favorite player? Probably Derek Jeter.
Oh, yeah, of course. Come on. It's got to be. But, I mean, so you're what, are you 17? Or you're 16? You're 16.
Yeah.
Oh, man, to be 16 again. So you've only seen, really, you've got, that you could really appreciate was the one championship. 2009. Do you go back further and remember them?
Not really.
No, I was just saying, not really.
Yeah, I go back and watch them, but it's not the same as.
No, but you enjoyed the 2009 season.
Yes.
Yeah, see, and so you've been around for a couple of them,
Oh,
more
yeah.
than
Oh,
you remember
through
them.
the 90s. Yep.
So you remember all of them.
Yep, I'm 28, so I definitely
You see,
Yeah.
you see now I'm
golden age.
That's the way it goes. Now I go back. My son grew up in a manger. He's church kid his whole life. And a Yankee fan, he had to live with me his whole life. So, he's little, he's got watching the games, not paying attention, taking him to games, Yankee paraphernalia his whole life, but never really, as he got into his teen years, never really watched every game with me. My wife and I, the food out every game. That's our house, And then last year, after Jeter retires, I decided I'm taking a year off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Jeter, the whole season stunk, but with Jeter, it was worth watching. Now with Jeter not here, we were headed for a bad season last year. It'd be terrible. My son said, how you gonna take off? I said, I'm taking a year off, Rick. He said, no, I'm watching every game. All of a sudden now he's got to be in every game.
Nice.
Now I have to watch every game with him because I got to teach him stuff. What happened there? What happened here? I got to give him the lingo. He's watching every game. I got to teach him. This is my job, and it was a good year.
Good.
But I try to explain to him, see, I could take off because I got 7 championships under my belt.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I go back to the '77 Yankees.
Yep.
I go back to that era.
You've seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen
I
it.
could take a few years off. I'll be all right.
That's right.
I'll wait till they get good again. But it's a great season. So you go for your 3rd championship. I think that's awesome. Talk a little bit about your upbringing in the faith and whatnot. I read a little bit.
Sure.
You're another major kid, right?
Yeah.
Kind of pretty much?
Definitely. I just remember growing up, and my mother got saved around the age of 30, and her and my father just started coming to the church, and then it really wasn't until 6 or 7 when I was baptized, and really just been going to church ever since. We started a home church. We have it in Bayport Blue Point. It's called New Land Christian Center. My parents are both pastors, and we've really just been sowing seed there in the community for a while now. We got to see great things happen in our community, and sometimes we don't see it until the other side of heaven. But, we know that the Lord is faithful, and we're just obedient and, sowing seed and just really, really thanking the Lord for his provision there.
Oh, great opportunities. And so how does Austin handle a bat?
Bat, pretty well.
Yeah?
This year it's been a little slump, but I know I'll get out of it.
You're 16. How tall are you?
6 foot.
Oh, man. I
He's a
know.
monster.
He's still growing. He hasn't stopped yet. My son is 6'3".
I don't know how this happened.
I'm Little Rich now, so that's just my wife calls him Little Rich. I'm like, what? That's me. I'm gonna look up to him. So you don't know what you're gonna do moving out of high school, getting beyond this, but loving baseball, going for your 3rd championship,
Yep.
and so getting a chance to be a witness for the Lord out there. And so, what are some of the biggest memories you remember the last couple of years? What are some of the things that stand out for you?
For me, going into my 9th grade year when our first championship, as a little freshman playing on a varsity team, it was very overwhelming experience. But everybody really came in and was very welcoming, and I really liked that. And it was just a very crazy and humbling experience just to be a part of the first winning team, and it was just very.
You guys spend a lot of time outside together too, like hanging out at off the field and all that kind of stuff. Most of the players.
Yeah, we're pretty much we're family really. We're really close. We have grown closer together.
Sure.
These past 2 years, and gonna miss the seniors who's gonna graduate this year.
Oh, then it's on you next year now. That's the whole thing. Now you become the top dog on the team.
He's the leader.
That's it. Yeah, you got to have that, right? And so again, we've been talking with Smithtown Christian School varsity baseball team, talking with Coach Christopher White. We've been talking with student player Austin Sala, and of course they're going for their third straight championship. And that's coming up June 4th. You guys will be playing in the playoffs. That's when the playoffs start, June 4th?
That's when playoffs start. If we win that, we head upstate to Binghamton the following week, where we have a semifinal, and you win to advance.
And that's but it's going to be at Dowling College, is where the June
Dowling
4th.
College.
And so
Oh, it's in my hood.
it's in your hood.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Dowling College
Come on
is in
down.
your
We're
hood.
a hot dog.
I'll stop by.
And so that's great. So, well, we wish you guys much success in what you're doing. Appreciate you guys coming here. Appreciate you being a light and being a witness in the community, and of course on the field. And so we're going to believe God, because you got one for the Father, you got one for the Son. You need one for the Holy Ghost now. So you need
right.
that third
Right.
championship that it's done in Jesus' name. We believe it's spoken right here
Amen.
on the morning show. We have already prophesied
Amen.
that they're going to win their third championship. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And we think it's exciting for you. And, of course, we appreciate also having in the athletic trainer, Rob, came in with us to hang out this morning. We appreciate all that you're doing. Get him in shape. Get him ready for what's coming up next. So, third championship.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're looking forward to the championship game. Obviously, it's something that we've been working for all season. Coach Chris and Coach Craig have done a wonderful job developing and getting the program on track to be able to defend their championship, and 3 straight. That's pretty serious stuff.
That's pretty serious. All right, how are the Yankees going to finish out this year? Austin, what is your take on the Yankees coming up?
Hopefully pretty good. It's still early, so I believe in them.
What is the big problem you see right now they're having?
I don't know, their defense, probably.
So pitching hasn't been that great either. Pineda's been terrible.
Yeah.
12.
Nova's not that hot either. And Cece, pitch a great game. That's Cece. Great game. Bye. We'll take off a few weeks. I mean, what the heck is that? You know?
I think it'll end in tears again.
Oh my
End
goodness.
in tears.
Yeah?
Unfortunately.
It's going to be another run. This going to be. Last year was special. I mean, it really was. A lot of great players. Love seeing Greg Bird come up and some of these young players. Speaking of young players, you guys got a great crop of guys who are coming up behind some of the seniors and coming up behind you.
Yeah. You know, we got a good junior group coming up, and what's more exciting, we have some young guys coming up. You know, we had a 7th grader start for us last year in the championship, and really all season long. And he's played second base, and you know, he's been working with Rob and training with Rob and doing the strength and conditioning program. And just in a couple months, I mean, he could throw further, throw faster, he could run faster, he can jump higher.
Wow, I need to talk to Rob too.
This kid's ready to go, and he's just in 8th grade, you know, and we had him batting second in the lineup. He pretty much can do anything. He could bunt, he could steal. He's a great kid. So really, with the program taking off the way that it is, and especially Rob coming under us with the strength and conditioning program, the sky's the limit here. We're really excited about the future.
Hey, do they have a pitch count at this level with the kids in high school?
They don't, but Coach Craig and I and Rob definitely talk about how we try to keep the pitches and the innings down. You know, unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't end up like that. You try to preserve arms and you try to do what's really best for the team. But you know, we try to adhere the best we can. We're really watching out for them.
So there is no mandated, though, like either innings count or pitch count for the kids in the high school level? Because so many of them, I mean, I know going up through all the smaller league, the younger leagues, the kids had all these, all the concerns and cut down the innings, cut down the pitch counts. Because people can't pitch today beyond the 5th inning, 6th inning. I mean, it's hard to hear guys pitch complete games, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I think one of the major concerns here is that the understanding and the realization of the amount of work that these children are doing today. It's not just in their regular season like when I grew up. It was your basic, season throughout the school term. Now they have travel team. Now they have, all these showcases. They're on the road an enormous amount of time, traveling, lack of sleep, concentration. There are a number of things that play into these types of roles, which are really hindering the kids' performance, really hindering the kids' recovery, and we have to look at that in the future. It's a very important thing, especially at those young ages.
Well, we're glad to have you guys in with us this morning. Any other sports that you like? But Austin, what else do you like?
I like golf.
You like golf?
Hey!
Come on, man. All right, let's get out. Justin doesn't know how to play. He liked it.
No
He
idea.
tried. You
I
know,
tried very hard.
the only guy I know that took his first swing and he pulled a muscle. I mean, just shy.
Hamstring was terrible.
Just can't play golf. You
Maybe
know,
golf.
you look at him and think he's a little like Urkel, maybe it's a little Tiger Wood, maybe they're a little
Maybe.
John Legend, but
Didn't work.
yeah, no, it didn't work out for
At
him.
the driving range yesterday, though.
You had the driving range
Didn't work
yesterday.
either.
Didn't work. No. So you're a golfer.
Yeah, a little bit.
How long have you been playing?
Just about 2 years. I just
Wow.
go in with my dad a lot.
It's great,
There
right?
you go.
Yeah.
Man, like you got to golf, and you would think when you go golf, people think you talk about all kinds of things. You don't. You talk about golf.
Yeah.
Like you don't have conversations. You can go with your friends. You can go with your business partners. You don't talk business. You talk about, man, what are you going to use on this shot here? I don't know. It looks like a 3-iron, maybe. I'm not sure. So you've been playing a couple of years. So you enjoy playing golf.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're not a basketball fan, football, none of that stuff.
Nope.
Just baseball.
Just baseball.
Yankee
and
fan.
little golf.
Jeter fan. That's the
There it
kind of man I like. That's the kind of guy I talk about. Chris, what do you like? Other sports?
Yeah, I'm following the basketball playoffs right now.
Oh,
Hey.
come on. Steph Curry?
You know what?
How can you not?
I know. I don't want to jump on the wagon, but you know
Come
what?
on.
You gotta give respect where respect's
Yeah.
due.
Give a lot of respect.
He is phenomenal. He might be. You know, I was in the Jordan era, I was in the Kobe era, and now I'm in the Steph Curry era. And you know, he might be the best shooter that we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first time unanimous MVP. And so I just love the fact that he's a believer, that he's such a
Yeah,
faithful
right.
witness. See, I love when there's Christians in sports. I love that these guys are out there. They're not out there Bible bashing, but they're not afraid of their witness. They're not afraid to testify who they are and what they believe. And I love Steph Curry tells Nike, "Oh, you don't want to let me I can do all things on my sneakers. I'll go to Under Armour.
Yep.
Thank you very
Nike
much."
gear.
I mean, that's just awesome, you know? That he win. I mean, how Nike must be kicking themselves.
Yep.
Guy wins a unanimous MVP. I mean, only Under Armour can say, "Yeah, that's our guy, that's our boy."
Yeah.
So, you know, jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
So,
you know, he got me last year. At first I was like, I'm not jumping on the wagon. But then something that he said, they said, this was when Mark Jackson was their coach. They said, Steph, you know, what do you owe all your success to? And he said, man, the Holy Spirit's moving through our locker room.
That's so
and
awesome.
from that point on, I'm like, you know, this guy's the real deal.
this team could be. I mean, listen, I love to see them win again. I really want to see it. I'm a bandwagon guy. Like if there's something, like if there's, he hates, it drives him crazy. Like if you're watching like history being made in a season, any sport, how do you not like be able to say, man, I saw that in my lifetime. You know what I mean? Like I'll root for that team, unless it's the Mets. It's not going to happen.
I don't
You know,
understand.
I'm not rooting.
Last
You know,
year was incredible.
It's terrible. You guys lost. There's
terrible.
nothing good about last year. You lost. You had all the horses up there. You had the Dark Knight. You had all that, and you lost.
Still
They
lost.
lost. So
Real
and
horrible.
I know it's just terrible. I mean, I was watching New England going for the perfect season. I couldn't tell my family that I was a New England fan.
Because no one.
They're all in my house rooting for the Giants.
Wow.
And it was a finals. I mean, perfect season, and I'm rooting underneath my breath, trying like, oh, great play. But I like to watch. I like to watch that kind of stuff. So, what other sports do you like?
Across the board, I like all sports. The reason is because
All the weird teams, though, I noticed.
Yeah, obviously, all
Detroit.
teams that are very different. We'll just leave it at different.
At different, are you from here?
Yes. Grew up in Forest Hills, Queens.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, so Leonard, I should be a Met fan according to the
Right.
map. Out
I would
there.
think.
But no, it was my grandfather back in the day had a bet. There was a Yankee and Tiger series in town at the time, and he bet his best friend that Al Kaline was going to have a better game than Joe DiMaggio. Came to fruition, and now Grandpa is, a Tiger fan. It just came down after that. So doing my research, looking how cool Al Kaline was back in the day, and playing against such monsters of the sport, at that time. It was tremendous, and for my grandfather to have that foresight and go the other way for an out of town team at that time, absolutely outstanding, and support him. It's
And you're still thankful about it today?
this day today, no. Especially after getting struck out 20 times by an
that's
ex-Tiger,
rough.
Matt Scherzer.
Max Scherzer.
Yes.
Dare I
so-
say it?
Come on now, En Fuego.
He was a fuego.
That
man.
was very difficult to handle, especially when I got home from probably, I think it was about an 18-hour day working, and all of a sudden I'm watching ESPN, and da-na-na, I hate it. It was very difficult, da-na-na. But sports across the board, because of what I do for a living,
Sure.
just developing and having the opportunity to have the trust from the parents in
Yeah.
what I do with their children. My company itself just really takes hold of having the opportunity to train and just make these young men and young women better athletes, better people in general in society. And we just happen to have a fantastic core over at Smithtown Christian, just the support staff itself, from the AD, the coaching staff,
Sure.
and the kids. And I can't even say enough about the parents. The parents are tremendous on this team. It's amazing. I've had the opportunity, and it's very difficult with my schedule to get out there, but I've had the opportunity to catch a couple of games, and watching the support of the parents, watching them just cheer no matter what happens, rain, sun, good game, bad game, doesn't matter. The support is fantastic. What a great Christian community to be a part of, and I'm relishing the future. I think it's bright for us.
That's right. Triple winner. That's good. Good. Triple crying winner. All back to back to back. 3 in a row. And again, friends, we've been talking with the Smithtown Christian School varsity baseball team, the Knights. And of course, they're out of the Smithtown Gospel Tabernacle. That's the school from the church there. And we've been talking with Coach. We've been talking with Coach Chris White. We've been talking with student player Austin Sala, and we've been talking, of course, with Rob Malacho. He's the athletic trainer. We appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks so much for being with us today. Thank you very much. Go Knights. We'll believe one more time, third time. So when you guys win the championship, so you come back in, we'll talk about the games, and love to have you back and talk about and brag some more on the winning ways.
Absolutely.
Following the Yankee pattern, that's the way to go. All good stuff, but appreciate you guys being with us.
Pray for us if you think of us, and come on down June 4th and show support. Thank you
Dowling
very much.
College.
Dowling College.
All right,
Awesome.
thanks, gentlemen, so much. Thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
being with us. Appreciate you.
Have a great day.
All right, friends, quick break. We'll be back. You're listening to The Morning Drive. We owe you a sports report. We'll get to that and more coming up. 1-855-955-4673 is your number.